Okay. What's good? What's good, y'all? Man, waking up this morning, or you know what I mean, seeing all the news about K Slay. It's just really crazy, you guys. I could still remember meeting K Slay
So,
at
what's the
the.
task?
Sorry, let me get my audio situated here. I can still remember, meeting K Slay at the Pyramid nightclub. You know what I'm saying? I can still remember him actually being there. We were actually just talking about K Slay a few months ago when I did an interview with Cassidy, and K Slay had started something a little bit new. K Slay had started doing the rolling 50 deep. Then what did he do after that? He did rolling 110 deep, I believe. Yeah, man. DJ K Slay was really an innovator in the game, really since the beginning, you guys. Really, since the beginning, K Slay was an innovator. You know what I mean? You can see how so many have followed in his footsteps. We all know about the albums that K Slay put out. You know what I mean? A lot of us have probably actually purchased those compilation albums. You know what I mean? We all know about the relationships that K Slay had and shit, the talent that K Slay put on before anybody. One of the memories that I always have about K Slay is the fact that he did Chinks's last interview. Chinks and Zach had come up to GJK Slay's, you know, they came up to GJK's clip, and that wasn't really a podcast, but it was really just an interview on a radio station. And K Slay actually did the last interview with Chinks. There's a lot of things that we all remember about K Slay and that we hold dear to our heart. So I wanted to come on here and talk about Slay today because there's a lot of artists actually speaking on him. There's a lot of artists actually making posts about him and revealing details of their relationship that we may have not known. You know what I mean? Not every artist actually spoke so candidly about DJ K Slay in their interviews like I had done with Cassidy at one point. Cassidy actually spoke on K Slay. I might have to re-release that in the next day or so. I might actually get on re-releasing that tonight, because of the fact that K Slay needs to be remembered in high regard. That's why I brought it up in my interview with Cassidy. You know what I mean? That's why I brought it up. I felt like Cassidy could shed a little bit of light. You know what I mean? Shed a little bit of light on the way that he was working with K Slay. Cassidy had actually done a very similar style of record with the City of Brotherly Love. What was it called? The City. Uh, Cassidy actually featured so many different Philly artists on the joint. You know what I mean? It was very impressive. Chase Moolah, appreciate you for tapping in, man. Definitely appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Appreciate everybody for showing love. Just wanted to come on here tonight and speak on Slay, obviously. 50 was on Mad K Slay mixtape before he signed with anyone. That's where I heard 50's first track, How to Rob. Yeah, K Slay actually had 50 hosting his mixtapes. K Slay actually used some of his interviews. You know what I'm saying? K Slay actually used some of his interviews to actually um, put on as little segments of his tapes as well from when they had filmed for the Drama Hour. K Slay and 50 Cent had quite the relationship. 50 put up a post about how he was rapping for K Slay early on. You know what I mean? He recalled rapping for K Slay in his kitchen. You know what I mean? 50 labeled K Slay as the go to guy. A lot of people look at Slay as the go to guy. Smoking on that orange cream. Major appreciation for you tapping in. Peasy. Definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in. I wanted to go a little bit early tonight. You know what I mean? I wanted to go a little bit early tonight so we could talk about Slay. We could talk about all the artists showing love to Slay. You know, and DJ K Slay actually first presented us with Papoose. You know what I mean? he actually had signed Papoose to the Street Sweepers Entertainment. You know what I mean? And they had actually did a deal. They had done a deal that was worth $1.5 million. At that point, that was more than 50 Cent's deal for $1 million, the cool million that Eminem and Dr. Dre had given him. So everybody was looking at Papoose like he was in a great position. Okay, you've got the DJ, you've got the bars, you've got the presence in the street. He even had a little bit of a hip hop beef going on with Uncle Murder, you guys. Papoose seemed to have it all lined up for him. You know, French Montana had said the reason that I started doing the Cocaine City was because every artist out there actually had a DJ behind him, whether it was DJ Clue and Fab, or it was Pap and, you know, K Slay, or whatever situation that you look at. We're going to talk a little bit about Who Kid and 50. 50 actually put Who Kid in position back then to really become who he is today. I think we all remember back to the 50 Cent is the Future project, where 50 actually had a track, DJ K Slay / Who Kid shit. You know what I mean? All the way dating back to before 50 was a somebody. 50 Cent was making sure that the people around him would eventually become somebodies. That's how you build an empire. That's how you create sturdy blocks at the bottom of your pyramid. 50 Cent really went about it in a very great way, you know, when he tried to bring on different DJs and different producers. Not everybody signed with 50, though, man. Not everybody believed in 50. Yeah, and Papoose, actually, I also wanted to say, Tyson says Pap is dope, but can't make a hit. Now, something I also wanted to say about Pap was that in addition to everything that he had going his way, Papoose also had a single with Snoop Dogg. You know what I mean? It wasn't really the most impressive single. It wasn't No Still Dre. It wasn't the next episode. You know what I mean? A lot of the times when you think about having Snoop Dogg on your record, you're immediately going to go back to those classics. You know what I'm saying? But Snoop and Pap didn't really have a record like that. I think it had a little bit of Billboard success, but it didn't go anywhere. The album, The American Dream, spelt backwards. The what was it called? The Nakarima Dream from Papoose, never actually released. Roseberry says Pap doesn't hold no star power. A lot of people also say that Remy, the wife of Pap, is the one that holds the star power. But let's be real. Papoose was the one who locked in with K Slay. Papoose and K Slay came together and they started putting out material that was really striking the industry. At that point in time, it was about how good you could rap. You know what I mean? And K Slay, whenever you tune into K Slay for his live interviews, it's always about how good you can rap. You know what I mean? This guy has had everybody on his show and he always has them rapping. That's the one thing about Slay, man. I know Swiss Beats. My bad. DJ Sway. Sway, you know what I mean? Sway always has artists rapping. Flex is known for having him rap as well, but artists just want to get around DJ K Slay and rap, man. Tyson says Street Sweepers was fire. Scott Storch did that track with Snoop. Wow. Apex, another big portion of that right there. So they've got Snoop, they've got Scott Storch, they've got DJ K Slay, but the record didn't move. You know what I mean? The record didn't move. So Papoose obviously made a mistake somewhere. Now, was it the fact that he didn't come out with the maybe it was the fact that they didn't give Papoose Touch It. You know what I mean? Maybe that should have been Papoose's single instead of Busta Rhymes' single. That was Busta's single, right? Yeah, it was Busta Rhymes' single. Would have been a lot better if they gave it to Papoose. But Mikey T cannot go back in time and be an A&R back then. But yeah, let's talk about it a little bit, man. Let's talk about 50 Cent, you know, pretty much recalling going back to the kitchen. You know what I mean? all the way back to the days of rapping for K Slay in his kitchen. 50 said, I will never forget rapping in K Slay's kitchen when I was trying to get on. He was the go-to guy. So this is before 50 Cent had really found all that success under Eminem and Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? This is the point in time where 50 was going and kicking it to all of the DJs. You know what I mean? Kind of trying to get his name out there. You know, as I mentioned earlier, French Montana obviously probably went to all these DJs, maybe wasn't getting the most results that he wanted back out of it, and he went and created a DVD. Now, 50 Cent created his own group, G Unit. They started ripping all of the songs off the radio and changing them for their own style. 50 Cent's music really became undeniable, sort of like how everybody compares it to Lil Wayne's mixtape run, where it was like, wow, this guy clearly is not the same dude who did the Carter 1 and the Carter 2. Lil Wayne made a very big leap, you know what I'm saying? And shit, he had the label Cash Money that made the leap of faith with him. Because I've said it before and I'll say it again. We all know back in those days, if Lil Wayne didn't take off, it was over for Cash Money back then. So Birdman took a big leap of faith with Wayne after Turk went to rehab and Juvie left and BG was, you know, doing his independent thing and Manny Fresh got out of there. They took a big leap of faith with Lil Wayne. And let's be real, it was a 50-50 chance, man. Everybody at that point wasn't actually sold on Lil Wayne. I don't know about that. I don't know how 50 Cent would have blackballed Papoose. It actually seemed like Papoose and 50 were cool. You know, Papoose had actually come on This Is 50 radio at one point when he actually ran into Max B. You know, we all know about that infamous altercation with Max B and, you know, Max B and Papoose on 50 Cent's radio station. Pretty crazy, you guys. Pretty crazy. Let me see. But yeah, we were talking a little bit about that $1.5 million deal that Papoose signed. You know, one of the biggest deals I would have to say that K Slay arranged to happen. I really wish more would have came of that. You know what I'm saying? I wish more would have came of that because you know, K Slay really deserved to actually put out a different artist after coming up with all those compilations album. I think it was just the next step for him to actually, you know, executive produce solo albums. I don't know why it never got to that extent. I don't know why it never got to that extent of, you know, K Slay actually. Maybe it was because of the fact that Papooses album was less than well received. Yeah, Papoose has a lot of new music, man. I saw he had a new joint with Lil Wayne. Max B was shook of Pap. Really was crazy to see them two guys actually coming face to face. Really was, you know, just shocking to see those guys come face to face because I didn't really know that they had an issue. Does anybody in the chat actually know what that issue was over? Because I'm not really sure to be 100% with you guys. I'm not actually sure what that event had anything to do with. Appreciate everybody tapping in. You know, we got to remember our legend. We got to remember the pioneer, you know, DJ K Slay. That's what I want to talk about tonight. As I said at the beginning of the video, was that the Governor Park, Mike? What's up, Steve? Appreciate you, man. Oh, Max was actually dissing K Slay. Oh, that must have to do with something with the fact that Max B's music wasn't getting paid. Max B said, remember, Max said in the video, I forgot Slay was your man, Pap. Hmm. I don't exactly remember that. K Slay should have been bigger than Funk Flex. K Slay just wasn't kissing nobody's ass. Like I was saying, man, K Slay kept in rotation. K Slay kept in rotation. You know what I mean? He had a show and he had the ability to connect with several different artists as we saw. I could give a rundown of all the artists that he had on his show for interviews, or we could just look at some of the more recent records that he was producing. K Slay was actually, putting together mass records with different artists all together. The running series, which I was very impressed with. I was impressed with that. So let's get into some more reactions. 50 actually said, I will never forget rapping in K Slay's kitchen when I was trying to get on. He was the go-to guy, 50 Cent said about K Slay. 50 said, rest in peace, K Slay. God bless you. That's right, man. Great to see this message from 50 really going back to his early days. You know what I mean? Really going back to his early days, remembering when he wasn't on, remembering the fact that he got the opportunity to rap for somebody like K Slay. You know what I mean? You'll always be rapping for people. You know what I mean? Sometimes random people, sometimes friends of your friends. But when you get the chance to actually rap in front of these guys like DJ K Slay per se, you know what I mean? Then you're really on your game. Then you really know you've got something to accomplish. You've got something to prove. It's like when I went to the Pop That video shoot and I actually met Harv Pierre, the guy behind Bad Boy Records with Diddy. You know what I mean? When I met him, I was like, holy shit. You know what I mean? It's time to work. At that point, you know what I mean? I did an interview with Lil Wayne. I did a little bit of behind the scenes for Pop That with Respect. Drake's room was kind of forbidden to go in, but it turned out Drake was actually chilling in the tour bus anyways. Actually got the chance to meet Drizzy when he popped out to say what up to Rose. Oh, damn, dude. Well, you don't have to be in my live, bro, just to be real with you. Apex says, Pap has been on This Is 50. George McCarthy, damn right, bro. Damn right. George McCarthy said, K Slay, Bun B, Queen Latifah, living legends just don't hit the same today. Ooh, Roseberry Pyres says Pap got cool with 50 when Fat Joe had static with Pap. When Fat Joe had static with Pap. I think we all remember that. I think we all remember that issue, when Fat Joe and Papoose actually came in contact with one another. Highly Qualified is in the building. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Salute to DJ K Slay. Major rest in peace to DJ K Slay, man. It really sucks when we lose a pioneer of the game. It really sucks when we lose someone in the game that was just doing so much for the cats on the underground. You know what I mean? He did interviews with big rappers. Don't get it twisted. You know what I mean? He had dope artists up on his show. He had connections with literally everybody. But he really did show love to the artists on the underground, man. Like I said, the way that he actually showed love to Chinks, the way that he showed love to Chinks, the fact that he had, French's brother, Zach, on his show. You know what I mean? He really did a lot. He really did a lot for the people, man. And I just remember reaching out to one of my guys who actually worked with K Slay. And I was like, you know what, man? I would like to do an interview with K Slay. And this was about a year ago, maybe a little bit less than a year ago. You know what I mean? That's one thing I'll regret, never being able to have that conversation and just learn a little bit more about the life of DJ K Slay. That's one of the important things about these interviews, you guys. Everybody share this video, guys. I'm just doing a little post on the gram. Just wherever wherever you get a little bit of traction, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, do a little story post. Appreciate everybody, man. Yep, yep, Roseberry. DJ K Slay was a pillar in the industry. Yep, you ain't wrong about that. You're 100% right about that. I look at K Slay like he is a legendary pioneer in the game for what he did, man. Jewel King, appreciate you for tapping in. Major love on the tap in tonight. Had to come on and speak about K Slay, man. It just hurts for shit like this to happen. And obviously, you can tell when you got people like Maino speaking on it. You know what I mean? Maino actually said, "You gave me a shot." Maino spoke about K Slay giving him the opportunity. Yeah, facts. Facts. Mikey T, roll one for K Slay. Hell yeah, man. I broke the Hennessy out for K Slay. You know what I mean? I broke the Henny out for K Slay, man. Just one of the legendary figures, man. I still remember meeting him at the Pyramid nightclub. Such a crazy ass memory that I have with K Slay. You know what I mean? Such a crazy ass memory. I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it, just to be 100 with y'all. But yeah, I really appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, man. We got some memories to talk about from K Slay, shared by the likes of Maino, shared by the likes of Juelz Santana, you guys. We've got some shit to talk about, man, because K Slay is obviously a DJ that we're all going to hold in fond memory. Yep, K Slay and Green Lantern made fire together. Um, Hell yeah, we're gonna roll one for K Slay. Major facts, man. K Slay was a pioneer. Yep, K Slay definitely was a pioneer, man. Mr. Up Top Douglas, major salute, bro. Appreciate you for tapping in. Snoop Dogg actually spoke on him. Maino actually spoke on him. Juelz Santana actually spoke on him. Maino had said, "You gave me a shot, and I never looked back. Thank you. Thank you for everything over the years, my brother." Who else, man? Who else? Like I said, we had Fat Joe make a post about him. So many different people made posts about K Slay. It's crazy, man. David Lee, I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for tapping in tonight. We got to remember K Slay in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Just such a tragedy, when Wack 100 had made that post months back, and you know what I mean. And K Slay has obviously been in a fight. A lot of people are reacting different to what's going on in the world today. You know what I mean? A lot of people are reacting different to it, man. It doesn't necessarily matter the age. It's kind of the condition in which you're in, and it really just sucks to see that we're losing so many people, whether it's people that we watch, you know what I mean, on television, or people that we know in real life. It's all going to affect us in certain ways. Bobby Digital says K Slay brought together lyricists that wouldn't have otherwise even made a collab together. Yeah, that's a fact, man. We can obviously see that with some of the records that K Slay put together, over the years. K Slay, let's talk about some of the records that K Slay put together, man. He had a bunch of albums. You know, K-Slay put artists together like Fat Joe, Raekwon, Scarface, on I Never Liked Your Ass. He did some of 50's earliest shit. You know what I mean? 50 Shot Ya. He got Mobb Deep, and shout out to Big Noid. Wow, he even had Eminem freestyles. You know what I'm saying? Cassidy, Graf, J Hood, Poster Boy, and Shells. You know, a lot of people always spoke on Cassidy and J Hood. Wow, that's interesting because a lot of my friends have actually compared those two. Very interesting, man. Crazy how Slay actually released 50 Shot Ya, BJ Scratch. You know what I mean? Some interesting shit right there, man. Yeah, New that was called New Jack City. My bad, you guys. That was actually New Jack City with Cassidy and J Hood. He had Fat Joe and Remy, 8 Ball and MJG and Jagged Edge. There's a clear indication of, you know what I mean? That's a clear indication of, you know, putting two different guys. He was working with wow, he even had Eminem production from Eminem, production from Havoc, production from Knots and Buck Wild and Dame Grease and Jazzy Faye. Look at all the talent that K-Slay was able to link with, putting out albums in 2003, 2004. He was working with Columbia. Actually, that's pretty interesting to note that he was working with Columbia. Pretty interesting to note that he was working with Columbia. What up, Canali? I appreciate you. Appreciate you for tapping in. Appreciate that for the tap in tonight. Major love, major salute. DJ K-Slay is obviously somebody that affected us all. You know, we obviously listened to a lot of K-Slay, whether you were following his YouTube page or, you know what I mean, or you were buying his albums from back in the day. I know I was doing both. You know what I mean? I got a couple of the albums, you guys. You know what I'm saying? Slay had some shit, man. Slay always kept his ear to the street. So let's see. The Street Sweeper Volume 2. The Pain from the Game. Yep, Columbia. Released on Columbia. He's got the Heat Makers, man. 3-6 Mafia. The Heat Makers. Salute to my guy. Salute to my guy. Arson is from the Heat Makers. That makes a lot of sense right there. Let me see. Who does he got on this album? Diplomats and Twista. Wow, actually Eminem and Obi Trice. That's interesting. Angels Around Me, 50 Cent and G Unit. K Slay and Fab. Yep. Check out Maino's first K-Slay freestyle right there. My boy Iceberg actually just posted that. Interesting. Definitely dope. I'm going to have to pin that up so people can go check that out. I'm going to have to go pin that up so people can go check that out if they want to. Major salute Iceberg posting that shit up right there for me. Appreciate everybody tapping in tonight, man. You know, had to come on here and just share some memories on K-Slay. Styles P actually wrote about K-Slay. Styles had said, DJ K-Slay will live forever. He embodied what the words culture and support meant. He truly, truly put on for the city and hip hop. Energy nor legends never die. See you on the other side, bro. You will forever be loved and highly spoken about. Great words right there. Great words right there. Great words right there from Styles P, man. Great words from Styles P, you guys. But yeah, you know, tonight we just got to dedicate it to K-Slay, man. Tonight we got to talk about K-Slay. That's pretty much the only thing. Everybody in the chat can share their memories. You know what I mean? Share their favorite tracks. Share their favorite, you know, whatever you want to share in the chat. It's open to you guys, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Rolling 110 deep. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Alphabetical Slaughter. That's another one of the records I was talking about from Papoose. You know what I mean? Another one of the reasons that the industry seriously revered, you know what I mean? The industry seriously revered Papoose. You know, everybody looked at Pap like he was a shark. You know, the fact that he could rap like that, the fact that he had a DJ like K-Slay behind him, it made a lot of people fear Papoose. I'm not really sure what happened with Pap's career, whether he wasn't able to change his ways for the industry, you know, to the industry's liking. He didn't come out and he didn't do what Tony Yayo did and make a record like Curious or So Seductive. You know, he didn't really mold into what the industry wants from, you know, talent. You know, he really wanted to prosper, and he even gives it to Remy. From what I saw Remy talking about, I believe it was in an interview either with Math Hoffa or Easy the Block Captain. Remy was speaking about how Pap would tell her she is an artist that sold out compared to him. You know, very interesting. Obviously, it's in jokes, but Papoose just takes hip hop very serious. Wack 100 takes his friendship with, you know, he takes his friendship with K-Slay very serious as well, you guys. Wack 100 put out a message just like 50, just like Styles P, just like Juelz Santana's, who we'll get into, and Maino's and Snoop Dogg, you guys. Many of the people from the industry actually reached out and were speaking on K-Slay. You know, Wack 100 said, 2 decades of friendship, major contribution to my growth and networking, a big brother, friend, business partner, and mentor. I didn't lose you, bro. You told me you'd always be with me. So I've gained a spiritual advisor. Man, Wack actually posted a picture of himself with Black Hand Chaz, rest in peace, as well as K-Slay. You know, we've lost both Black Hand Chaz and we've lost DJ K-Slay. He said, this photo was powerful. Black Hand Chaz was a big brother and mentor to you as you were to me. Very interesting to hear that Black Hand Chaz was actually a mentor to DJ K Slay, man. I've actually interviewed Black Hand Chaz. I've actually gone to Chaz's restaurant and ate with Chaz. Chaz made sure we were good at the restaurant. Anything we wanted on the menu, we were able to order. Rest in peace to Chaz, man, for actually giving me an opportunity like that to go and sit with him and pick his brain and hear his thoughts. You know what I mean? And it's interesting to see right here that Whack 100 has this picture with the both of them, and to hear that Black Hand Chaz was a mentor to K Slay, much like K Slay was a mentor to Whack. I remember back in the day seeing Whack on K Slay's show. They had a little bit of argument here and there. That doesn't matter. Friends are going to argue. You know what I mean? Friends are going to argue regardless. It's all about the fact that they remain solid with one another, man. Bobby says, "Damn, I forgot about Black Hand Chaz." Yeah, but once you hear his name, man, you can't forget about Black Hand Chaz. You know what I mean? Because his history is just too thick. You know what I mean? We all know, like I personally know about Chaz from a couple different associates of mine. One, my guy who actually linked me up to interview Chaz, and he actually did a lot for my guy Fab Don. You know what I mean? As far as helping Fab Don get his career in motion. So I have a couple different connections to Chaz. RIP to Chaz Williams. Major facts, man. Major facts. And I do appreciate everybody tapping in, man. So Wax said, "This photo is powerful. At Black Hand, Chaz was a big brother and mentor to you as you were to me. 3 generations of excellence. I know, bro. And I know, bro, was there to receive you. Until we meet again, you will forever be the drama king. Hashtag the drama king. Hashtag Dez. Hashtag KG. Hashtag Straight Stuntin'. We all know about Straight Stuntin' magazine. Hashtag Mr. Slap your favorite DJ. Free Tiffy Bay. Hashtag Hot 97. Hashtag Shady 45. Hashtag More Than Just a DJ. Hashtag Mr. Grayson. Hashtag Robbie Rob. Hashtag Charlie Mo. Hashtag Harlem. Hashtag East River. Hashtag God Body." Man, Whack, what great words. What great words from Whack 100 to DJ K Slay, man. I can't be more happy reading that shit. You know what I mean? Just to hear that the legacy that all these guys, you know what I mean? The legacy of K Slay, the legacy of Black Hand Chaz, like Whack is saying here, this is 3 generations of excellence. I'm a very, very hopeful guy. As we saw K Slay rise, you know what I mean? As we saw him rise, I believe we're still going to see the rise of Whack. You know what I mean? Whack is just getting his podcast off the ground right now. I got a feeling that K Slay would be ultimately proud of what Whack is doing by challenging the narrative here. You know what I mean? Whack 100 is gonna be bigger than what you thought he was gonna be. Whack 100 is going to spin this shit, man. Now he's got a voice in the industry and he can't be stopped, you guys. Whack 100 has a new podcast. What's it called? The 100 Podcast? Somebody let me know. I believe it's called the 100 Podcast. But I just saw a bunch of things and it looked like For the Record was written on it. But I do know that's DJ Academic's podcast. IP Legend. What it do? What it do? Salute to Marcus 42. What it do, Mikey T? RIP to K Slay and prayers to his family. God bless. Yes, prayers to his family. Prayers to everybody affected by the loss of K Slay, whether you're friends, family, loved ones, fans. You know what I mean? Everybody affected by the loss of K Slay, man. My heart goes out to you. You know what I mean? Because I'm one of those people. When you wake up and you see this news about losing K Slay. Whack 100 had said this so many months ago. You know what I mean? And we all just prayed. We all remained hopeful. We all pretty much kept K Slay in our hearts, man. And this really hurts today. This really hurts today reading this information about K Slay and seeing that it is actual. You know what I mean? Just seeing that it's real. You know what I mean? You never want something like this to be real. I think we all know that we all wanted K Slay to power through this and get back to doing his show, get back to doing whatever it looked like he was in the middle of creating, between building with all of these different artists. I just can't put my finger on what he was going to do, whether it was just an album or whatever it was K Slay was going to do. He was obviously onto something, you guys. That's right. Shine the light on K Slay, man. Shine the light on a guy who could get 100 artists together, 100 artists together to come for a video shoot. You know what I mean? Like K Slay was doing things that no other person did. I understand Cassidy put 50 dudes or 25 dudes on a record. He didn't do a video for it. K Slay knows how important the visual is. You know what I mean? This is a guy who was working with Eminem on freestyles and then Eminem and Obi Trice because he had the clear insight of how to go at business. You know what I mean? Eminem was putting on Obi Trice at that time. The clear way to get at Eminem was to feature Obi Trice. Genius. Plus, he gave Obi Trice an outlet. This guy, Obi, moved a few units in his career. I do not doubt that K Slay was a part of that. You know what I mean? K Slay's brand helping push artists further is what helped them sell units, or at least a few, you guys. Not the whole amount of units, but K Slay definitely had an impact on the sales. Just like I said a few weeks ago when NLE Choppa went to For the Record with Academics. Like, I knew that would affect the sales because it was seen by so many people who just didn't know the project was out. Simple as that. Putting out albums isn't the same as it used to be. It's a lot different. You know what I mean? You don't just go to the store and see the album. You know, you see Slay or Funk Flex, you know what I mean? Or the DJ Clue, you know what I mean? You don't just go and see them in the stores anymore like that, unless you got a really old FYE that just has mad old shit. Gun Production says K Slay put on so many people, you can't count them. Yeah, and that's why he's got so many people. You know what I mean? And that's why he's got so many people actually saying different things about him. Like Maino said, Maino actually said this: "You gave me a shot and I never looked back. Thank you. Thank you for everything over the years, my brother." You know, things like that, man. Maino got out of jail. Maino dropped a hot song. You know what I mean? He had High Hater. You know what I mean? But it's more than just a hot song, man. It's more than just a hot song. It's about longevity. If you're not, you know what I mean? If you're not going to have longevity in this game, then you're not going to last long. There we go. Boom. That's what's up, Gun Production. That's what's up, man. That is definitely what's up. Yeah, man. That's why I wanted to come on and speak about Slay, man. So many different artists. You know what I mean? So many different artists have actually reached out on social media and said different things about Slay. You know what I mean? We're about to get into Uncle Murda's message. Bobby Digital says K Slay gave the whole Street Sweepers Presents album for artist spotlights when artists couldn't get it from their clique. Juelz Santana and J.R. Ryder should have been with Jimmy or Cam. Yeah, man. That's one thing Juelz actually said. You know what I mean? That's one thing Juelz actually said. he said that dude actually gave him a shot. He said he was the first DJ mixtape I ever rapped on before I even met Cam. Before I even met Cam. Can you believe that, you guys? Juelz Santana saying that shit. Dave East, John Connor, 50, Kendrick, J-Rock, Papoose. The list doesn't end. Yeah. The list does not end for sure, man. So many people that K-Slay has affected their careers, man. You know, like I said earlier, I was hoping to get an interview with K-Slay. You know, I was really hoping to get a chance to pick K-Slay's brain and ask him about the different albums that he's released, you know what I mean? And just try to get more of an idea, you know, because as a fan watching it, you know what I mean? We got to hear a lot. We got to see a lot, you know, because of the fact that Slay made sure to put himself all over the internet. You know what I mean? He even did different things like where he would, you know, do different blogs and shit like that. He did a little bit more than every DJ. You know what I mean? Damn. He put Fat Joe and 50 on the same record. Gunn also says Slay was genuine. If he saw some talent in you, he'll give you opportunities to shine. Yeah, he let a lot of people get up on his platform. Hell yeah. Let me roll something up though. Let me get something in the air. Let me get something in the air, man. Got a little bit of Kush. Actually, I got a little, what is it again? A little bit of Runts, purple Runts on deck. Definitely appreciate y'all for tapping in. I went a little bit early tonight, man. Who really cares? You know what I mean? Who really cares? I wanted to come on here and speak about K-Slay, man. You know, we got to remember our OGs in the game. You know what I'm saying? Had to come on here and speak about Slay. I'm going to roll something up right now, though, guys. And let's get into our next memory. So, Juelz said, "Damn, Slay, I'm really at a loss for words. I will say this. Slay was good and genuine. Slay was a good and genuine brother that spoke his mind and did it his way and was successful. Most of all that, he loved the culture and he really looked out for true, authentic artists, especially from NYC." Very interesting right there. Words from, you know, Juelz Santana. He really looked out for the true, authentic artists, especially from New York City. Oh, man. All the leaf is coming off of this Dutch. Whatever. Now I got to do extra work. And this is where he really got me, you guys. He was the first DJ mixtape. He was the first DJ's mixtape I ever rapped on before I even met Cam. Juelz Santana basically said he actually rapped with K-Slay before even meeting Cameron, you guys. I found that way, way too interesting, you know, just seeing how much ability, how much of an ability K Slay had to tap in with artists. You know what I mean? But we did hear earlier and before, we actually heard different things like Gillie the Kid had actually battled. You know what I mean? Gillie the Kid actually battled Juelz Santana in the past. Let me see if I can find this clip. See if I can find this clip. Let me see. Oh, I have it still. I might have this clip actually, you guys. Let me see if I can bring it up. Maybe this is it. Hold on.
Yeah, this Cassidy the Hustler. Shout out Mikey T, the movie star. We on a report card radio. Stay tuned in, man. You already know how he carry it. Easy.
This might be the joint, guys. Man, Cassidy, I appreciate you coming back on the channel, bro. How you doing today?
Can't complain, man. I'm feeling good. Just came back from my chiropractor.
That's what's up, man. It's good to hear that you're keeping your body right, man. Cass, I wanted to dip back into something we didn't speak on in the last interview, man. I want to go back to ask you about how Larceny Family was actually formed. Yeah, because I remember being young and hearing the name Larceny.
This where all the money came from. And my production company deal was required to put the music Larceny Family out. Like, I already knew where I would get it right with this music shit. It wasn't working all the time.
Tell me, did you give Arab the full surface chain? What was the whole situation behind that? Would you mind breaking that down?
Of course. It's like you couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? But I seen potential in him. Like his work at the company was up and running. So I offered a battle. Got a record called 5002 and 0 on all platforms. I bombed on goods after the battle. I would pick my battles. Once the people offered me the money, I was busy when it went down, so I couldn't check it. And I was going to check it afterwards. 30 verses. So you
way to do or what you had planned?
I was on my way to the studio.
Sorry, guys, that was not the interview that I was thinking. I know y'all probably enjoyed seeing a couple little clips. If y'all want to check that out, y'all can go type in Mikey T, the movie star Cassidy, if you want to see my interview with Cassidy. Definitely appreciate everybody that's been looking at the Fredro Starr interview as well. But yeah, I have a piece with Cassidy actually speaking about K Slay when he jumped on the what was it, Running 50 Deep, Rolling 50 Deep record. So I think I'm going to re-put that out, man. I'm glad that I got Cassidy speaking on that and speaking on his relationship with K Slay as well, man. Just because, you know what I'm saying, Cassidy actually was a major artist. He's one of the major artists that blew up that actually still went back and showed respect to a K Slay. You know what I mean? Because K Slay actually featured him when he wasn't as big. Like I just listed, I had him on records with J Hood and all different types of artists. So I think Cassidy must have really respected that. The fact that he gave him an outlet to release, you know what I mean? He gave him an outlet to release shit outside of just being able to release his own albums, like Split Personality, like, I'm a Hustler. When you have an opportunity to actually do different shit outside of your own albums, it gives you a bigger audience. It gives you an opportunity to expand your horizons. And that's really how I look at DJ K Slay in all these situations where he helps artists. He played West Coast artists on New York radio that didn't get radio play in LA. He was a good dude, man. He's a good dude overall. He gave a lot of people opportunities. You know what I'm saying? He gave a lot of people opportunities who otherwise wouldn't get them. Look at French Montana's brother, Zach. You know what I mean? Not everybody's going to interview Zach. I'm one of the people who they hit up to interview Zach. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody's going to interview somebody just because they're the brother of somebody famous. You know, K Slay goes, K Slay is that dude. You know what I mean? K Slay is that dude for that, man. You know what? Like the fact that he did that interview with Zach, he got Chinks' last interview, man. Like he legitimately got Chinks' last interview because of the fact that he did that. You know what I mean? And that's why K Slay is important. You know what I mean? Because he's not looking at all the red tape surrounding the situation. You know what I mean? Oh, I'm not going to interview that guy because it could get a little crazy. I'm not going to interview that guy because it could be a little boring. You know what I mean? How about we give dude an opportunity to show who he is? And if he's going to be a little bit of a loud mouth that nobody could really get into, let him do that. But I'm not going to pull the plug on dude. And I actually respect that. I actually respect that shit from Slay. Because a lot of other people with smaller platforms than Slay won't even give you the time of day, man. Yes, let me roll this shit up. Let me roll this shit up. So annoying. About to get a bowl. Start smoking bowls. Smoke like, you know what I mean? Uh-huh. Yeah, I remember that. Like I said, Wack actually was on, K Slay's show a number of times. Wack and K Slay, obviously homies and shit. And when you're friends with somebody, when you're actually friends with somebody and you're not just worried about public persona, public image, you know what I mean? When you actually care about somebody to the point where you just because that you get in an argument with them, you're still going to be friends, then you can really do some shit like that and just realize the dude is just trying to keep it solid with you. K Slay was really just trying to tell Wack to shut up that day. You know what I mean? What Wack do? You know what I mean? It's not like Wack went all over the internet and started dissing. You know what I mean? It's not like he went all over on the internet and started dissing just because he was being a little bit of insecure about the situation. No, Wack 100 didn't do anything like that, like everybody else would to get a little bit of clout dissing K Slay. Oh, K Slay, da 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 da. No, he didn't need to do that, man, because they were actually really friends. Exactly. Yo, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Major love. Major love on the tap in. Major love on the tap in for real. Let me see. I think we got some more messages. So yeah, Juelz had a really good message. He had said hashtag rest easy K Slay, hashtag gone too soon. Juelz said that K Slay was the first DJ's mixtape I ever rapped on before I even met Cam. If you can believe that, man. You know what I'm saying? K Slay actually had the, intuition, he had the knowledge, the guts to actually put Juelz Santana on on a mixtape, you know what I mean? Before actually, the Cameron signing came about. A lot of people maybe wouldn't have done that. Let's see. Uncle Murda had a really good one. Fat Joe had a really good one. Styles P, I read off his. His was great. Uncle Murda said, "Rest in peace, DJ K Slay, the first DJ to play my music on the radio. Slay was the definition of doing it for the culture. Truly gone. Truly gonna be missed. Thank you for everything. Hashtag hip hop legend." That's right. Real words from Uncle Murda, a guy who actually had a little bit of an issue with Papoose. You know what I mean? There was a lot of rumors going around about what had happened between Papoose and Uncle Murda. You know what I'm saying? Pap and Uncle Murda seemed to be at odds. I had heard a story where Uncle Murda, I guess it was Uncle Murda, or Pap, which one was it? one of them had been surrounded by the other group's friends and had to jet out of there after blasting. You know what I'm saying? Like, it seemed like a really sticky situation with Uncle Murda and Papoose. Now, for K Slay to still be playing the records of Uncle Murda, you know what I mean? To probably break that the bullet joint when Uncle Murda went on to sign a deal with Jay-Z, Jigga. I believe it was right at the tail end of Rockefeller. So I don't think Uncle Murda signed to Rockefeller. Am I right or wrong about that, guys? Let me know. But Uncle Murda pretty much let the world know K Slay, that's the first one that played his music. You know, when you got a name like the homie has, you're going to get censored a whole lot. You're going to get people trying to shut doors on you. So Uncle Murda had to find camaraderie in this game. You know what I mean? Like, look at the camaraderie he has right now, rocking with 50 Cent. You know what I mean? Flying all over the world with G Unit. You know what I mean? Uncle Murda's in a great position right now. Everybody check out K Slay's first freestyle, the Dipset plus Juelz first K Slay freestyle. It's exclusive. It's on YouTube. My guy, the godfather of the chat, Iceberg, actually posted it up. Major salute. Major salute. Definitely appreciate you posting that content in here. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in. You know, tonight we got to dedicate the show to K Slay, man. DJ K Slay, a guy who has really impacted a lot of our lives. You know what I mean? Whether you were there purchasing the album in the store or you were, you know, influenced by some of the music that K Slay helped push out to you. You know what I mean? We were all directly or indirectly, whether you're taking money out of your wallet to pay for the shit, or indirectly based on the fact that you heard something, you started to like it. You know what I mean? K Slay was right there at the beginning for a lot of these guys' career. He was right there at the tail end of a lot of these guys' career as well, man. Major salute. Appreciate you for tapping in, George. Oh, MIDI Ghost Beats. Think I got that right. Say word. Sirius Radio will never be the same. Rest in peace. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. You said it, bro. Sirius Radio. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, just lost. Anywhere that K Slay was being played, anybody that K Slay was helping, you know what I mean? And we'll hear over the next few weeks all the people who had things in motion with K Slay, if there was an album in the works or if there were multiple albums in the works. You know what I'm saying? We'll hear all of this in the next few weeks, man. We definitely will. We're going to be reading about it. We're going to see artists sharing their stories like several artists have over the last few days, like Uncle Murda here revealing that K Slay was the first to play his music on the radio. You know what I mean? Go figure. A guy that was signed to Jay-Z. You know what I mean? A guy ends up getting signed to Jay-Z and, you know what I mean? Look at the situation he's in, man. Sheik Luch. That's right. Sheik Luch actually posted as well. Damn, Slay. I asked so many people about your condition when you wouldn't answer my calls, but got no solid answer. So I prayed that no news was good news and that you would pull through. That's the same way I was about this whole situation. The same way as Sheik right there. You know, when I figured we weren't hearing anything about K Slay, I was hoping for the better. Like Sheik posted here, no news. I was figuring that no news was good news. You know, and I was figuring that he would pull through. I was figuring that, you know, Slay would be one of the lucky ones. But you can't just take shit for granted. You know what I mean? You can't just take shit for granted. This is a serious world that we're living in, you guys. Sheik Luch had a very, very, very good message right here. You know what I mean? Because I think it really resonates with a lot of us and how we were all feeling. You know what I mean? So I prayed that no news was good news and that you would pull through. SMH, the world in hip hop is going to miss you. Rest up, King. Very, very big message right there from Sheik Luch, man. That one really hit me because it's kind of the exact way that I was feeling. You know what I mean? So reading all these messages from guys like 50 who really got their start, you know what I mean? Rapping for somebody like K Slay, as 50 called him the go-to guy. Wack 100, who expressed that Slay was like a mentor to him. You know what I'm saying? And how Slay had a mentor in Black Hand Chaz. Or we hear words from the D Block guys, Styles P and Sheik Luch. You know what I'm saying? Or Maino and Uncle Murda, who say that K Slay was very influential in the beginning of their career. And the fact that K Slay even played Uncle Murda on the radio, even though he was going through an issue. He was going through an issue with Pap, even though they were going through an issue. I'm not sure how long that issue actually was, you guys. I don't really recall if it was something that they got right through. It seemed to be a pretty serious issue between the two of them, though, you guys. Seemed to be quite a serious issue between Pap and Uncle Murda, but maybe it's maybe right along the lines of water under the bridge. You know, just as quick as it started, it ended. So let me get back here. I want to see if we have any more messages to go over. We do have Snoop Dogg's message to go over, and we do have a message from Fat Joe to go over. Two of the most influential guys in the game right there. You know what I mean? Fat Joe, obviously, his influence is all over, you know, the culture, whether it's MTV or VH1, you know what I'm saying? Wherever Fat Joe is, man, he's really doing it for the culture. Like I say that because they've actually had Fat Joe hosting at the MTV Movie Awards. You know what I mean? They've actually had Fat Joe interviewing different people. Fat Joe said, Desi Dez, aka K Slay, aka the Black Fat Joe. Love you, my brother. You put on for the culture and kept me on your tapes when I was cold. Always led from your heart. I was praying hard for you. I knew you'd make it. I checked almost every day. I had so many stories to tell you since you've been at the hospital. My brothers, we lost a general today, a pillar of our community. You know, these words from Fat Joe are really hitting hard. He's being very truthful. You know what I mean? He's being truthful to us as well, talking about the fact that K Slay is a pillar. He's being truthful to himself. The fact that K Slay actually put him on projects when he was quote unquote cold. You know what I mean? It reminds me of Gillie coming on the channel and saying, Mikey, you messed with me whether I was hot. You messed with me whether I was cold. You know what I mean? That really hits me right there, you guys. Land Hustle TV, major salute. Major salute to Land Hustle TV. $5 super chat. You know I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate everybody tapping in tonight. And everybody go and shoot Land Hustle TV, that subscription. My guy does a bunch of different interviews. He's got Hell Rel on the channel. Bunch of different stuff, though. But go over to Land Hustle TV to check that out, man. And I definitely appreciate the $5 super chat, man. Major love, major love. Jewel King, Facts, Mikey T. Yeah, that's really all I be trying to get up here on here and speak, you guys. I don't try to get up on here and speak some shit that everybody's already said. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to get on here and give y'all a piece of my mind, where as well as react and listen to what y'all got to say. But yeah, this topic is pretty strong today, you guys. You know, the fact that we lost a pillar, as Fat Joe calls him. I agree with that. Sixers. All right, man. Enjoy the Sixers, Bobby. You're probably still not in here. My bad. My bad about that. Enjoy the Sixers, bro. Let me see. Where's my light? Do I have my light on deck? Looks like I ain't going to be sparking up right now. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You keep your ear to the streets, Mikey T. Facts. Facts, man. For sure. Much love and rest up to K Slay. Rest up to K Slay. So let me get back to this message from Fat Joe, you guys. Gillie the Kid, or Gillie the King, actually posted about Slay as well. Fat Joe had a very emotional post about him. You know what I mean? Fat Joe apparently had many things that he wanted to tell him when he got out of the hospital, you know? I think a lot of us pretty much just thought that Slay was going to be all right. Like, you know what I mean? Like what Sheik Luch had said, the fact that, you know, we didn't hear any news. And a lot of the times I do agree with Sheik. When you don't hear anything, you kind of assume it's good news, you know? So that right there just kind of hit me in the wrong way. The fact that we all aren't going to be able to, you know, hear Slay's opinions, or like Fat Joe's saying, just even share his own thoughts and opinions and stories with Slay. He had a lot that he wanted to tell him. Let me finish up this message here, man. I had so many stories to tell you since you've been at the hospital. My brothers, we lost a general today, a pillar of our community. We will hold this man in the highest regards, for he is an icon when it comes to this culture. R.I.P. Slay. We love you and will keep your name alive as long as I'm here. God bless. Harlem East Side. Stand the F up. Stand the F up, you guys. Stand the F up for DJ K Slay. And if you want to check out Fat Joe's freestyle on K Slay, y'all can hit that link right there. You know, I appreciate that, Iceberg. I appreciate you posting that. That's major love right there, bro. So I wanted to go into Snoop Dogg's post. About K Slay, and it was a short post from Snoop Dogg, but you know, just to see that the Godfather himself, the Dog Father, I should say, posted about Slay. I gotta read it. You know what I mean? Snoop Dogg, arguably the most famous hip hop rapper in the industry, as they were saying on Drink Champs. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that's pretty much what they were saying. So let me get into Snoop's response here. Like I said, it's short and sweet, you guys. Snoop said, "Thank you at DJ K Slay for being you. God bless your soul. Say hi to my mama." And I think we all remember Snoop Dogg actually making a post not too long ago about his mom, you know, saying that he got to enjoy so many years on this earth with his mom, and he was actually thankful for that, you know. So Snoop Dogg right there, man, sending one out to Fat Joe, and also sending one out to K Slay, and actually telling K Slay to say hello to his mama, man. LL Cool J actually made a post as well, man. Another GOAT. LL Cool J said, "Such a real one. So solid. Rest in power, King. I'm going to miss you, B." Message from LL Cool J, you guys. Message from Snoop Dogg. Another DJ as well. DJ Clue spoke out. Prayers go out to his family, friends, and loved ones, and the whole DJ community. We lost a great man. Rest in paradise, King. At DJ K Slay. Still in disbelief, as we all are, man. As we all are, just in disbelief over this whole situation, not wanting to believe it's true. You know what I mean? Really not wanting to believe it's true, not wanting to believe it's over. You know what I mean? Just because we've all watched countless hours of this man. We've all listened to the music that he's produced, but it's different when you actually watch countless hours, going through his YouTube page or listening to him on the radio when you're on the way to work or from home. You know what I mean? These guys, they become a natural part of your life. They become, looking at Slay's age, 55 years old, I believe was the age. And you know what I mean? You would easily think he would have had another 30 years here to entertain us all. You know what I mean? Easily. Billionaire Records, appreciate you for tuning in, man. Well, General 5, Wack 100 was definitely not negative about this. He was definitely not negative about this. There was another post here. Let me see if I could get into it. Let me see, where is it? It was from Young Guru. Young Guru said, "This man was the essence of hip hop. Incredible graffiti writer, DJ, and carrier of the culture. A true reinvention story. Rest well, DJ K Slay." What messages going out to K Slay at this time, you guys? We're seeing how much of an impact he had on everybody. We're really seeing the impact that he was able to have on everybody, man. Major salute, major salute. Thank you for tapping in. Now I hear you, General 5, but today we actually got a very, very good message from Wack 100, y'all. Wack 100, 50 Cent, as I just read, LL Cool J, Fat Joe, Snoop Dogg, all legends. Speaking on a legend, you guys. And I love it, man. I love it when all these guys are coming together. You're seeing that hip hop unity. You know what I mean? Somebody with the power that DJ K Slay had, he had that power to unify these dudes. It kind of brings me back to when 50 Cent and Fat Joe got on the stage together for the first time. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. It's like, I believe 50 Cent and Fat Joe came together at the Chris Lady show, right? Hip Hop Wild says K Slay always tried to keep real hip hop music alive. Yeah, you can tell that. You can tell that, man. You can tell that he really tried to keep real hip hop music alive just by the people you would have on the show. You know what I mean? For every, you'd have your major celebrity guests, which I loved. You know what I mean? I always loved going on and seeing K Slay had, a returning French Montana on the show or somebody really, really dope. You know what I mean? I think he had DJ Paul on there in the later years. But then also you would see some of the guys on the grind. You know what I mean? These dudes who would come in and Slay would just be like, "Yo, you said you wanted to come in and rap, right? Well, it's time to rap. Let's get to the rapping." Slay would always put these dudes on the spot to start rapping. He wouldn't pull no punches. Let's be real. If a dude forgot his music, if a dude only brought in one song and you know what I mean? Slay was on their ass. Like, "Yo, man, this is your major opportunity and you didn't come prepared. You didn't bring that thumb drive with all your music on it and you're taking a meeting with DJ K Slay." One of the most interesting things about Slay right there, you would just wait and see if he was going to bug out on an artist if they weren't fully prepared. That was one of the definite things that I noticed on some of his shows, man. Yep. Today we're on here remembering K Slay, you guys. I'm gonna read the messages on Fat Joe message we just read, Snoop Dogg's message, 50 Cent's message was short and sweet. It was a memory. You know what I mean? 50 said, "Rest in peace, K Slay. God bless you. I will never forget rapping in K Slay's kitchen." 50 Cent went over to the kitchen, I guess. You know what I mean? 50 went to the kitchen. He was rapping for K Slay. I want to say this is a pre Eminem 50 Cent. This is the pre Dr. Dre 50 Cent. This is the 50 Cent that was hungry. This is the 50 Cent that would go all over New York. The 50 Cent that would do interviews. The 50 Cent that wasn't afraid to get on your camera and just do something to make himself get out there a little bit more. Nowadays, 50 has it all. Nowadays, 50 doesn't have to go on every single radio show. I mean, he did it back in 2016 when he was trying to pump up G Unit again. But that's really one, I think the last time that we saw 50 really do a major media run is when he was pumping the G Unit reunion. And I can't remember, you guys, if the G Unit reunion actually hit the K Slay show, man. I can't actually remember that. General 5 says, I heard the promo that K Slay did when Power of the Dollar was coming out. That's lit. Yo, Antoine Queen, appreciate you for tapping in. Hello, Mikey T. We lost the last of the Mohegans. He will be missed out, but not forgotten. That's right. He won't be forgotten. He's too legendary to be forgotten. You know what I mean? He's got a name that like really has stood the test of time. You know what I'm saying? You could really say a few years ago, you know what I mean? You could say a few years ago, a whole new style of music coming out really started, but K Slay's name never lost its grace. You know what I mean? K Slay's name never lost its place. You know, I guess he's gone from several different entities, the Hot 97 to the Shade 45. You know what I mean? Being able to move your brand across all these branches, it says something about you. You know what I mean? It says that you've got some durability. And I'm not talking about batteries. It shows that you've got a little bit of extra life. Papoose will make a song for him. That would be great, Kenny. That would be great if Papoose went back to the essence with a song and actually did that shit, man. That would be freaking awesome. Yeah, that's a great thought right there. Gillie actually also spoke on K Slay. Gillie's message was short and sweet as well. I want to read it because Gillie's my top dog. You know what I mean? He actually posted up K Slay on his page. Shit's got like 5,000 likes. Really appreciate my OG posting up for K Slay. He said, "Rest easy, King." DJ K Slay. Wallow commented on it with all the bless up emojis. Rest in peace. Yeah, man. It's great when you see, you know, your OG Gillie, you know, showing some love to K Slay. It just shows you how important of a figure he was. It goes right along with 50. It goes right along with everybody, Wack 100 and Juelz Santana and Maino and Uncle Murda, and everybody just sharing a little bit of their story with K Slay. You know, we all have different experiences. Mine was a little embarrassing. I don't really want to share it in full. You know what I mean? I don't really want to share it in full today. You know what I mean? But, you know, just getting the chance to meet him and look him in the eye, you know what I mean? Flubbed up on my words a little bit, but, you know, just the fact that I was in the same vicinity as K Slay, you know what I mean? I actually got a chance to meet Papoose and, you know what I mean? Talk with Papoose for a second. Never got to do an exclusive interview with Papoose, but I did get to shake his hand, take a flick with him. You know what I'm saying? Roseberry says he better. Yeah, you know, I'm quite sure that Papoose will You know, I don't know what Papoose is cooking up right now, you guys. Like, I'm not really sure what Pap is cooking up in regard to music. He's been releasing all types of records, though, like Lil Wayne shit, all different types of stuff. I'm not really sure what he's cooking up, but yeah, we're going to need the letter to Slay. We're going to need Slay's letter, you know what I'm saying, on the album, whether it's a bonus track or the intro or the outro, you know what I mean? Any of those plays could work. Any of those plays could really work for the joint. All right, so let me wow, Kenny Mack says, I remember K Slay Dipset first mixtape together. Juelz Santana actually said he rapped with K Slay before ever rapping with Cameron as well, man. That's another thing that actually Juelz Santana put out there. So reading a little bit about K Slay from his Wikipedia page, he was born April 14th, 1966. So he was actually born 10 years after my mom, the same month as well, 10 years and 7 days after my mom, actually. Known as K Slay, DJ. The New York Times referred to DJ K Slay as the hip hop's one-man ministry of insults. So he released 4 albums: The Street Sweeper Volume 1, The Street Sweeper Volume 2, The Champions, North Meets South with Greg Street, and More Than Just a DJ. Yeah, he did quite a bit, you guys. K Slay did quite a bit when it comes to music. So he was originally a prominent graffiti artist. He was featured in the 1983 hip-hop documentary Style Wars. One of Grayson's better known tags was Dez. So that's why you see everybody actually referring to him as Dez. Let me see. So DJ K Slay released his debut album, The Street Sweeper Volume 1, in May of 2003. So in the summer, K Slay released a single accompanied by a music video for a song titled Too Much For Me. The song features a chorus sung by then up-and-coming singer Amiri. I'm probably butchering that name. I never could pronounce her name. Sorry about that. Wow, Birdman, Nas, and Foxy Brown. The song actually peaked at number 53 on the U.S. Billboard chart, making it the DJ's highest charging single to date. The single's music video included cameo appearances by Swizz Beatz, Nori, salute to my bro Nori, Raekwon, WC, and Lloyd Banks. Holy shit. So yeah, Lloyd Banks was actually popular at this point. Hold on. This was May 2003. Lloyd Banks technically did not. Let me see when that first video released. If they got it. Nope, they don't have a date for it. But Lloyd Banks technically was popular on the DVD mixtape market, but Lloyd Banks's first official release would not come until November of 2003 with Beg for Mercy. So 2004, March 30th, K Slay's second album, The Street Sweeper Volume 2 was released. Volume 2, was released. Another single and video were released for Who Gives a Where Are You From with 3 6 Mafia, which peaked at number 89. Wow. So he had the first album that had a single that actually peaked at number 53, and that was actually a pretty star-studded single. He came back with the 3 6 Mafia record, and it actually only peaked at number 89. Very interesting, man. Very interesting to note that that's the case. You know, the fact that he actually went down on the Billboard chart. It was only a year later. That's an interesting fact of it. You know, the factor that he got to release another album within a year. I got to say that's impressive. It's impressive that he got to release another album, but he really didn't have that much more success. But yeah, man, everybody do me a favor, share this video. Share this video, y'all. Hit that like button if you haven't yet. Definitely appreciate everybody tapping in, man. You know who I am. I'm the host, Mikey T. If you're not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe right now. Don't miss your opportunity, guys. Make sure you subscribe to this channel right now. Never miss any of my videos. You don't want to miss my videos. Missing my video is like missing Monday Night Raw back in the prime of wrestling. So you don't want to miss these videos. I'm always interacting with all the guests. So everybody that comes in, you know you're going to get your question answered. You know you're going to have an opportunity to actually speak with me. So yeah, man, this is one of my dopest live videos today, man, because of the fact that we're getting to talk about a legend today. You know what I mean? It sucks, but I've told you guys before, like, we come on to talk about hip hop news pretty much every day, and we are going to cover the good, the bad, and the ugly, y'all. We are going to cover the good and the bad and the ugly on this channel, you know, whether it has to do with positive sales, albums flopping, hip hop passings, you know, getting locked up. We cover it all, man. We cover the highs and we cover the lows. That's what you're going to get on this channel. Bobby Digital. Oh, okay. I like that, Bobby. He says those are good numbers for real hip hop representing. Good point, man. You know, like I had said a little bit earlier, the fact that he was actually able to hit Billboard, you know what I mean? The fact that he was actually able to hit Billboard says something to me, you know, from being a mixtape DJ, or not a mixtape DJ, from being a radio DJ. You know, we've seen others do it. DJ Drama, not exactly the same, but, you know, it's comparable. But K-Slay really made the bridge for all these artists to do it. Come on, man. Why is this thing giving me such a hard time? Just trying to change something really quick. Thing is giving me a hard time. Just bear with me, y'all. Appreciate everybody staying in tune, man, for this live video. Like I said, if you're not subscribed to the channel, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe right now. You never want to miss a live video from Mikey T, the movie star. Yeah, let me get that shit right. Let me get that right, and we're good to go. Excuse me for the dead air, you guys. Just trying to get my picture right, my picture situated. You heard? Okay, and we is good to go. We is Gucci. I want everybody in here to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. We're just about to hit 58,000 subscribers. That's right. We're about to hit 58,000 subscribers. I want to know who's going to be my 58,000 subscriber. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't. All right. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't, guys, because, you know, we pretty much go live on a daily basis, or there's pretty much hip hop news being reported here on a daily basis. Whenever there's a breaking story, you're going to see me online talking about it. But let me get back into this a little bit, because I had some of the numbers here, or that I wanted to go over, but I also wanted to read Wack 100's post. Also wanted to read Wack 100's post again about DJ K-Slay and Chaz. Cool Hand. Excuse me, just trying to get that situated. Black Can Chaz. That's right. Put something in the air for K-Slay. Everybody puts. Let me know what you're smoking for K-Slay tonight, man. Let me know what you guys are smoking for K-Slay. Put that in the chat. Put that in the chat. Let me know what you're smoking for K-Slay. I'm about to put some purple runts in the air for Slay. I got a little Henny I'm pouring for Slay. Bobby Digital, keep progressing. Bobby, I appreciate that $10 super chat, man. That is major love right there. That is major love. I really appreciate that, man. That right there gives me the determination to keep on going, and it shows me that people are out there actually watching and you know, believing in the content that I'm putting out, man. I appreciate that, man. PEZ, what's going on? Appreciate you for tapping in late, but late is better than never, man. Late is better than never. Yep, we just hit our 1,000th viewer. That's right. We did 1,000 views in a cool 90 minutes, you guys. I definitely appreciate everybody for tapping in. I'm going to bring. So I want to, Wack 100 said this about K Slay. 2 decades of friendship, major contribution to my growth and networking, a big brother, friend, business partner, and mentor. I didn't lose you, bro. You told me you'd always be with me, so I've gained a spiritual advisor. This photo is powerful. Black Hand Chaz was a big brother and mentor to you as you were to me. 3 generations of excellence, and I know bro was there to receive you. Until we meet again, you will forever be the drama king. What words, man. What words from Wack 100 to DJ K Slay, man. What words from all of these artists to K Slay, whether it was Uncle Murda, Maino, Snoop, Gillie the Kid, 50, sharing that memory, LL Cool J, Snoop Dogg, Guru, Styles, Sheik Luch, all of these amazing MCs have been affected by K Slay, but I don't find it peculiar at all because I've been affected by K Slay. You know what I mean? The energy that he put into the world, the energy that he put into the culture has drastically affected me. It affects the way that I wake up and get on the grind, the way that I feel about music. You know what I'm saying? This is what we get from the people that we watch, man. And like everyone's saying, K Slay's not going to be forgotten, man. He's not. He's left too much of an impact to ever be forgotten, man. Land Hustle says they should name a street after him for real. For real, for real. Yeah, that's facts, man. We'll have to see what happens along those lines in the coming, months, maybe a year from now, however long it takes. You know what I mean? But we've seen stuff like this happen before, man. So that would be amazing if it happened again. Let me find my lighter. I appreciate you, Bobby Digital, on that $10 super chat, man. Everybody who super chats, I appreciate it. And you can always send in a question with it. But I appreciate everybody helping the channel. If there's any open questions, this is something we always do at the end of the podcast. If anybody has any open questions, the time is now. Y'all can send them in. Damn. Guess I'm not going to find my lighter as easy as that. I thought I'd just look over there and there it would be, but it is what it is, man. Anybody in here today have open questions? I will take them now. I just wanted to do a short podcast tonight, a little 90-minute episode to remember and reflect on K Slay, to speak on all the artists, all the influencers who have actually put out words on Slay, man. Put it in the air for Slay, man. Henny Blanco, salute, salute, salute. Appreciate you for tapping in, man. Tonight's episode is dedicated to DJ K Slay. Gone way too soon. Forgotten, never. He'll never be forgotten, man. When you got people like 50, when you got legends like LL, you know what I mean? When you got Snoop Dogg, and you got somebody like Wack 100, all these guys who are currently relevant, currently successful, putting your name out there and remembering you and saying that you'll be a spiritual advisor, different things like that, man. His name won't be forgotten, man. It won't. And I appreciate everybody that tapped into my live video tonight, man. I do this for y'all, man. I do this for y'all. I appreciate y'all. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe right now. And do me a favor, man. Hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my live videos. I love interacting with everybody, man. And we'll see y'all on the next episode. Oh, one more thing, guys. If anybody on here isn't following me on the gram, whoever follows me based on this video, whether you're watching on demand or right now, whoever follows me is going to get the immediate follow back. You heard? Whoever follows me is going to get the immediate follow back. If you haven't watched my new or my throwback interview with Fredro Starr, it's up right now on the page. Fredro actually tells a crazy story about how I got lost in Trinidad. Everybody had thought that I was gone forever. So if you guys want to hear that story, go click over onto my page right now and check out the interview with Fredro Starr. He actually also speaks on how he used to cut a little bit of hair before he got that industry money, man. So it's a very, very good interview, man. I appreciate Dro Starr for actually giving me the opportunity. And you know I'm going to be tuned into the verses, man. Onyx verses with Cypress Hill. You know what I mean? You know I'm going to be. I'm not really into the old head shit. You know what I mean? What was the last one? It was kind of like an old head battle. I wasn't really into it. But this one right here, Onyx going at it with Cypress Hill. Come on, who wouldn't be interested in seeing that? I know they've got me. I'm going to be online watching that shit. I wish I could get an invite. You know what I mean? I wish I could get an invite for that one. But honestly, I'll watch it on the computer. We'll probably do a live review for it. Would be dope if we could get a couple comments from Fredro, but you know, I'm not going to push that, man. This is my channel. You know what I'm saying? This is where you guys come in to see me. A lot of the times we have special guests. It is what it is. We're going to keep it moving on this show, man. Cypress all day, Kenny says. So whoever isn't following me on the gram, follow me right now, and I'm going to follow y'all back immediately. Everybody in here who follows me will get the follow back. Yo, the real lights out says salute my brother. Salute to you as well. This shit hurts. K-Slay was that legend. The radio will never be the same. Smoke something for the smoke something and pop a bottle. Peace, Mikey T. Lights out on the check-in. I definitely appreciate you checking in, man. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you tapping in on the channel and sharing your thoughts on DJ K-Slay. That's what today is about, man. You know what I mean? It's about us sharing our feelings on the career that he's had, what we found to be interesting, what really touched us. You know what I mean? All these different memories that we have of Slay, whether you physically went into a store and purchased his album, or you're more influenced by the interviews that he was doing, whether, whatever station you were listening to him on, or if you were watching him on YouTube, however he impacted you, man. He changed us all. You know what I'm saying? He changed us all. That's what you're meant to do on this earth, though, man. You know what I mean? That's what we're meant to do with this gift that we got in being here. We're meant to change people. We're meant to make people react certain ways and, affect their life. And obviously, from what I've read today and shared with you guys from several different artists that we all follow, K-Slay did that, man. So if you guys enjoyed this video, do me a favor, subscribe. Tell your friend about Mikey T, the movie star. Let him know that I'm on here. Let him, guy or girl, you know what I mean? Old or young, let him know that Mikey T's on here breaking down hip-hop news and he's actually interacting. I'll see y'all in the next episode, man. Stay up.